Hello, my name is Jorver Singh, and this video is from BA 174, Country Profile on Mexico. Mexico is a country with a rich culture and a rich history which spans back to the days of the Aztec Empire, through the Spanish conquest, through the Mexican Revolution, and to present day. The people of Mexico predominantly speak Spanish, about 92.7% of them, and practice Roman Catholicism, about 82.7% of them. Mexico is our southern neighbor, borders the likes of Texas and us, California. It is also our biggest trade partner. Likewise, we are their biggest trade partners. Mexico is part of NAFTA, the North American Free Trade Agreement, along with the US and Canada. This makes trade easier amongst these three countries, especially Mexico, which is still considered a developing country. Mexico has a GDP of 1.14 trillion and a GDP growth rate of 2.5% per year. The GDP per capita in 2015 was 17,500 per person. Of the total GDP, 38.4% comes from exports, 21.2% comes from investment in fixed capital, 12.1% comes from government consumption, and the biggest chunk, 67.3%, comes from household consumption. The import percentage is at a value of negative 38.3%. Mexico does not import much. It exports more than it imports. That's why there's a negative value. The service industry is the leading composition of GDP at 62.4%, compared to 3.5% for agriculture and 34.1% for other industries. Mexico currently has a labor force of 52.81 million and an unemployment rate of 4.5%. A harrowing fact is that the poverty in Mexico is at 52.3%. That means 52.3%, over half the population, is below the poverty line. Mexico also has an inflation rate of 2.7%, and its commercial bank prime lending rate is 3.7%. Mexico exported $430.9 billion worth of goods and services in 2015. Its top exports were manufactured goods, oil, silver, fruits and vegetables, and coffee. Mexico also imported $434.8 billion worth of goods and services in 2015. The top imports are various types of machinery such as agriculture or steel refinery machinery, and automobile and aircraft parts. The US is Mexico's top import and export partner. Not far behind are China and Japan for import partners. One American dollar was comparable to 15.88 Mexican pesos in 2015. Today, it is comparable to 18.91 pesos. The value of the peso is on a slow but steady decline. The government of Mexico can be classified as a federal republic. Under a federal republic, the central government has total control over all aspects of politics. In comparison, the U.S. delegates powers between the central government and the local and state governments. We divide up power, while Mexico contains its power in a central region. The current president of Mexico is Enrique Peña Nieto. He was elected by popular vote. In Mexico, president elections are determined by popular vote. In the United States, we have delegates and other means. Our presidential elections are not decided by popular votes. In conclusion, Mexico is a developing country on par with the likes of India and is set to grow tremendously over the next few years. Even though more manual labor and service jobs become available, the push for education still remains prevalent because it will ultimately lead to the decline of crime and corruption and the rise of economic stability. Thank you.